Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to be reacting to something very interesting today. It's going to be how the German government works. Why are we doing this is the actual real question. Well, the elections are coming up in Germany right now, and tensions are running high as people decide what candidate they want to choose to take the next chancellor seat. So I thought this would be interesting to kind of educate myself. You guys get to see it live. A lot of you guys have educated me quite well as far as how the system works, but who knows? Maybe I get to learn a lot more because I have just a general understanding of what it is and what, you know, different parties run for. But I feel like this video might do a good job of breaking it down. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. If you guys are returning viewers, welcome back. We post videos every single day, and if you guys have 2 cents to add, help me out with whatever I'm doing, go ahead and feel free to leave a comment in the comments down below. We post videos, like I said, every single day. That's huge because we don't give up, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I got for you guys. Let's dive nose deep into this thing and see exactly what we're working with. Let's go. Los geht's. Here we go. How the German government works. And let me turn the audio up so we can hear it better. And I'll have a lot of questions. So I'll be pausing, asking questions, and all that fun stuff like I normally do. Let's do this.
Germany is a pivotal player on the global scene. Germany is a pivotal player on the global scene, a prominent force in the European Union,
True that.
and a critical ally to the United States.
True that. Very true. I think Germany might be one of our greatest allies yet to date, to be honest.
From the Euro crisis to the migration crisis to geopolitics in Eurasia, Germany is a central player, and the world works better when the United States and Germany are aligned. Given how important Germany is, it's probably important that we understand how it...
Low-key, this might just be like a one-off thing, but I always thought everybody talks about World War III, right? And then I always look at like where our allies are, right? Where all of our allies are. It would have to be some wild stuff for World War III to happen. Because think about how the first 2 world wars got started. Like it happened for some crazy, wild political shit out of the blue, you know? Not really out of the blue. There was some build up to what was going on. But imagine, like, if you look at the way the allies and like, well, the U.S. allies are now, I feel like we have a stacked team now versus back in the day. And back in the day, we were pretty stacked too. I had no idea that Germany and I had no idea that the U.S. and Russia teamed up against Germany in World War II. I had no idea. That still blows my mind to this day. Well, I did find out 2 days ago, so yeah, it makes sense. But like, it's just crazy to me that that was a thing, you know? So if there were to be another world war to pop off, I would always think, I'm like, who would our allies be? Well, obviously everybody in NATO, you know, so that's powerful. You got Britain, you got Germany, you got the US, you got Italy. Bro, we got a lot of like beasts, man. Like I feel like it would be a losing battle, like honestly, kind of. I feel like it would. I mean, I hope we never, ever get to that point, to be honest. But I just think about that sometimes. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys ever thought about, like, damn, like, who's allied with who, you know? Because you see all these international conflicts and stuff, and then it makes us wonder, like, are we cool with this country? Are we cool with this country? I don't know. Just something that has been on my mind, and I'm like, interesting. Huh.
How it works, how decisions get made. Critical things like, how is the Bundestag, the German parliament, convened? Who holds executive power? And why do Germans open the windows in the middle of winter? I don't need fresh air in a blizzard. So
y'all open the windows in the wintertime? Ooh. That's crazy.
Get your dunkles out, sell all your best players to Bayern Munich, because today we're looking at how the German government works.
Let's go.
Germany is a pretty big chunk of land, about the size of Montana, and it's divided into 16 states.
Low-key sneaked this right there. About the size of Montana. Basically, we fit a bunch of Germanys inside of America, obviously. We could fit a bunch of Germanys inside of Texas, actually.
It doesn't have a lot of big cities, but it has a whole lot of small cities. And with 80 million people, it's the most populous country in the EU. And it all starts at the ballot box. Every 4 years, the people of Germany vote in a parliamentary election. Now, when they vote in 2 different ways. For one, they vote for representatives from their electoral district.
Okay.
Like
Sven,
we
do.
Heike, or Uli. What's up, Uli? The other thing they do is vote for the political parties. Like,
oh, here we go. The SPD, CDU, the Grün Party, Die Linke. Die Linke, that's the left party, right? It's just literally the left party. Oh my God. Notice how they didn't incorporate the MPD on here. or the AFD. I don't see them on here.
like Christian Democrats, Social Democrats, Greens, or the left. This produces a Bundestag with a base 598 seats. But
This is very similar to how we do the elections here in America, if you think about it. Like, because we have our electoral college, which I think is like, isn't it 490 or 465 representatives? And then you have the electoral college, which is oh my God, 100 senators, 100 senators. So every state votes for their representatives, and the representatives vote for, they cast their votes or whatever for whoever they favor when it comes to presidential seats. Then the Senate then goes like, all right, cool, boom, like we're gonna decide, I guess, too, which is insane, So I guess because the electoral college makes it so that, well, the electoral college is the Senate, but then you have the popular vote, which is the House of Representatives representing each state and stuff like that. So typically, the electoral college will vote based on what the popular vote is. They don't have to, but it's a strong recommendation that they do.
Typically, some additional spots are added to make sure parties receive representation proportional to the votes they receive.
That's cool.
These extras are called overhang. Half of the base of representatives are directly elected, and the other half earn seats based on the proportion of votes their party received.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Now, because there are so many political parties, no one party gets an outright majority.
Which is so cool, man. That's the one thing I don't like about our current political system. We have two political parties that continuously are like at the forefront. And I know for a fact there are so many different political parties in America, but none of them make it to, there's like no funding for them, it seems, at all. Like there's not enough backing behind any of the other parties. All we keep seeing over and over again is Democratic and Republican. Boom, that's it. So for as far as many people know here, many young people think that there are only two parties that have a fighting chance at winning anything, So it kind of sucks. So in this regard, I do like that at least there's a bunch of different parties. So it's not like a total blowout, like from one direction or the other. Because it's like, hey, are you on this side or this side? I feel like it's easier to talk politics in Germany because there's so many different sides, so many different groups to choose from. Whereas in America, it's like you're either cold or you're hot, And, there's no subtle disagreement about anything. There always has to be bad blood. I'm not sure if it's like that out there in Germany too. I'm not trying to paint Germany as like the most untouchable country ever, but I don't know. You guys let me know. Like, are politics still a difficult thing to discuss with friends and whatnot? I feel like, I don't know. My assumption is that you guys handle it a lot better. Just maybe for the simple fact that you guys have way more options to work from, whereas we don't,
A successful, or at least a viable parliament requires coalition building between the different parties. Meanwhile, each of the 16 states has their own local elections on a rotating 5-year basis. These local elections send representatives to the Bundesrat, a federal council in Berlin, to act as the voice of the states. The federal reps and the state reps work together to elect a president every 5 years. Although the president does have some real power, like to dissolve the Bundestag or veto a law, he rarely uses it.
Exactly. So the chancellor basically has all the clout and all the power, you know what I mean?
Mostly a ceremonial position. The president makes official state visits, he meets important people, and who knows, maybe even has someone to open the window for him in the middle of a blizzard.
Oh my God.
The chancellor is appointed by the president and then voted on by the Bundestag. And it's the chancellor that sets policy guidelines, that picks a cabinet while holding together the coalition in parliament to make sure motions pass.
And I feel like the chancellor, in my opinion, from what I see and how it's been described, has not necessarily more power than the president, but is way more active in changing things than the president. Like the president will step in and change some super crazy major things, right? Like from time to time, but most of the changes are happening from the actual chancellor, his or herself, because right now it's currently Angela Merkel, but not for very long,
And meanwhile, I'm still salty they wouldn't let me pass into the Berghain Dance Club in Berlin.
Yo, how do you get in the Berghain Dance Club? We gotta make a video on that. How to get in the Berghain Dance Club, dude. How can we get in? If If I'm a foreigner, can I get in? Do I have to sell my soul or something? What makes that club so cool?
That was some cold-hearted schnitzel. But it wasn't unconstitutional. If it was, I could have gone to Karlsruhe in southwest Germany, because that is where the Federal Constitutional Court is seated.
Karlsruhe, that's
It's
cool.
a body made up of 16 judges. Half of them are elected by the Bundestag, the federal parliament, and the other half are elected by the Bundesrat, the body of locally elected representatives. And these judges serve for 12 years. It's one of the most powerful Supreme Courts in the world, and it rules on the constitutional nature of laws passed by Parliament. So this is the basic overview of how the German political system is built. But no need to put your dunkels away, because next we have a look at how that system makes and maintains legislation.
Oh my God. How a bill becomes a law in Germany. That's insane. Well, that was a very informative video. Very, very, very informative video. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. That being said, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I had a lot of questions throughout this video. One big thing that I definitely, I guess on a side note, as far as like how everything was explained makes a lot of sense. It seems very, very similar to how things are done in America, except for the fact that you have a president and a chancellor, right? We don't have a chancellor or anything like that, unless that would be the equivalent of like the president and the vice president, you know what I mean? And the vice president being way more active than the president. But here the president's actually very, very active. It's like if you put the passive side of the president like in the back burner and then split the president's duties into two different separate like duties, I guess. And then like the second set of duties was more active. And then of course that would be like the chancellor position. But I don't know, I guess the biggest thing that I want to know that has something to do with what we just watched is it easy to discuss politics amongst, you know, friends and family in Germany? Is it easier, I should say, easier? Because it's not easy no matter where you are, but is it easier, do you think, in Germany than America? Simply because of the abundance of parties there to choose from. There's a lot. There are technically a lot of parties to choose from here, but like I said, the only two that ever get coverage is the Democratic and Republican Party. Sucks to suck, but that's how it has to be, I guess. That's pretty much it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. I hope to see you guys soon. Take care. Bis später. Ciao. Well, 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 what a pleasure it is to see all of your beautiful faces at the end of this lovely video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we do have a Discord that's linked in the description down below, and we would love to have you a part of the world's greatest community ever, Bray Gang. Yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, you're officially a part of the community. So go ahead, join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And we also have other social media as well, like Instagram, Twitter. We're live. We go live on Twitch quite often as well. So it would behoove you to, you know, go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Join the cause and be a part of the greatest, literally the greatest community ever. Okay, it's simple. Just go ahead and do those little things. We're trying to grow on all these little platforms and everything, and it really means a lot. Now, I know you guys stumbled up across the channel and you're like, what does this guy post? Like, what kind of content does he post? Reactions, vlogs, pretty much whatever comes to my mind. All right, it's random content. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting 10 years from now, but I do know that you can stick along for the journey, and it really means a lot. Now, for every single person that subscribes and follows all of the accounts that I have made, and all the links will be in the description down below, that's an automatic entry for any future giveaways I decide to have. I'll remind you when the giveaways take place, but you'll be surprised what I will be giving away because you guys have supported me so much up to this point, and it's only right that I do the same thing back. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.